as a parent, one of my big challenges has been uh, seeing myself reflected back to me through my kids, and all of those bad ideas and all of the ridiculous things that I did, I see my kids doing. And as they get older, that gets much more concerning. My daughter's about a year and a half from driving, few years from being out of the house. And I'm lucky I'm still alive, and I would like her to still be alive too. So I definitely don't want her doing the things that I was doing. And so when I think of the really stupid things I did, I sometimes share those stories with my kids as a lesson in like what not to do. And about 6 months or so ago, I was at work sharing a story of how I got my second tattoo. And hearing myself say the words out loud really brought home how much of an incredibly bad idea this tattoo was. And so I thought this one has to be shared. The background to the first or the second tattoo is the first tattoo. Great experience. I had a friend who had tattoos, really great tattoos, and I went to his tattoo guy, and who had a legit tattoo studio in his home, and everything went well. And I think I just assumed that I would always have a tattoo experience like that. As you know, most people say once they get one tattoo, they want more tattoos. And I desperately wanted more tattoos then. But I was a poor college student. And by that, I mean legit poor. Like one summer, I worked 2 full-time jobs, slept 4 hours in between, and did it again. Um, Not every semester, but I had a few semesters where I worked up to 3 part-time jobs while I was working. There was truly no disposable income for fun things like tattoos, despite the fact that I wanted more so bad. It was at one of these part-time jobs that it was Super Fresh and Red Lion. I got into a conversation with a customer who uh, I was talking about his tattoos. He had cool tattoos, and he's telling me what he would like to get next. And I was like bemoaning, I want more, but I can't. And he's like, well, if you could get another one, what would you get? And I said, on my shoulder, I want Kermit the Frog sitting on a log with a rainbow above it, and he's strumming his banjo. And he looked at me and he said, I'm trying to get into tattooing. And I could do that. It was either for $35 or $45. And I was like, I'm not stupid. I mean, I knew I needed to step away and think about it for a little bit. So I gave it about 5 full seconds of consideration where I thought, can I tighten the belt enough to afford $35 or $45? And thought, sure. So right there in the express checkout at Superfresh, I got his name and his number and his address and made plans to go that Sunday to get my Kermit the Frog tattoo. Because it's a brilliant idea to go to the home of a man I don't know, by myself, partially disrobed, have him jab me repeatedly with a needle that may or may not be sterilized, and put a permanent picture on my body. Like, what could possibly go wrong there? And I arrived with bells on that Saturday or that Sunday to get my tattoo. I arrive and I realize it's an apartment complex. I go into his house or his apartment, sit down at his kitchen table, and show him a picture of this is what I'm thinking about. And he sketches it out. And I look at that sketch and I'm not feeling it, but I think, once it's shaded in and once it's got color, it's probably going to be really awesome. And so I'm like, okay. And he's kind of gentlemanly in the sense, he's like, well, you can get yourself situated so I could get my shirt off so he could get to my shoulder. He's like, and once you're done, you can just take the chair and turn it backwards. That way you can kind of lean forward and rest while I'm working on you. And it becomes crystal clear that there's not a legit tattoo studio hidden away in this apartment, that I am going to sit straddling his dinette chair in his kitchen and get a tattoo. And I am all in. I am all about this, and I don't hesitate. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And I do it. And the good news is I was not sexually assaulted. I did not end up with Hep C or HIV or anything like that, which could have happened. Tattoo, maybe could have been worse, maybe. And I tried to get it fixed up a few years later, and there was not much that they could do. But it looked like it was a tattoo done by somebody who was trying to get into tattooing. Nonetheless, it's part of who I am now. It is, it's hard for me to regret even an ugly Kermit. So my favorite thing though today about this tattoo is the fact that as I related this story to my daughter, she initially just gave me that universal, like, what the fuck look, and then went on to literally like pinch the bridge of her nose, shake her head and squeeze her eyes tight in like this abject disappointment at my life decisions. And what I saw at that moment was not 14-year-old me reflected back, but 47-year-old me reflected back to me. And I had the comfort of knowing she is, thank God, smarter than I am. And I think she's going to be all right. Thank you.